Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Today, Tuna tries to focus on her farm work and trust Alex when he says he'll come late. But one accidental moment at a restaurant leaves her with two feelings she can't ignore: trust and doubt. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next video. Alright, let's begin. Tuna woke up before the sky fully cleared. The house was still quiet, the kind of quiet that made every small sound feel louder. The kettle lid tapping, the broom brushing the floor, the soft creak of wood under her feet. She moved carefully so she wouldn't disturb Henry. He was still asleep, warm and heavy under the blanket, his cheeks full and peaceful. Tuna stood there for a second longer than usual, just watching him breathe. Then she turned away and stepped into the day. Outside, the farm didn't wait for anyone's feelings. The air was cool, and the ground still held last night's dampness. Tuna pulled her sleeves down, tied her hair tighter, and started with the animals first, like always. She carried feed to the pig pen and poured it in steady scoops, listening to the familiar sounds: snorts, shuffling, the impatient knock of hooves. Then she crossed to the chickens, scattering grain in a wide arc. The chickens rushed in, quick and noisy, feathers brushing her ankles. Tuna didn't mind. It was ordinary, predictable. It was the kind of work that didn't confuse her. She checked the water containers, wiped a bit of dirt from the rim, then headed to the vegetable patch. A few leaves needed trimming, a few rows needed more water. She worked with her body on autopilot, but her mind wasn't fully there. It kept drifting. To the office, to Lon's desk, to those pages filled with numbers that made her eyes tired, and to the new things she'd brought home yesterday: the jacket, the shoes, the plain work bag. Tuna had hung them neatly, side by side. She could still picture them in her mind like they were waiting for her. A strange feeling that, not guilt, just a quiet responsibility. She finished the last row of vegetables and straightened up, pressing her palm to her lower back for a second. The muscles complained, then settled. That was when her phone buzzed. Tuna wiped her hands on her pants and answered quickly. "Hello," Alex's voice came through, calm and familiar. "Are you at the farm?" "Yes," Tuna said. "I'm already working." "Good," Alex replied. "Listen, today I'm tied up with a few things. Don't wait for me." Tuna paused, phone close to her ear. "Tied up?" she asked, not accusing, just checking. "Work," Alex said simply. "I'll come late. You handle your farm things like normal, okay?" Tuna exhaled softly. There was something comforting about his tone. Not rushed, not distant, just steady. "Okay," she said. "Don't push yourself." Alex gave a quiet laugh, like he could hear her trying to sound strict. "I won't," he said. "You focus on your side. I'll handle mine." Tuna nodded, even though he couldn't see it. "All right," she said. "I'll go to the market later." "I know," Alex replied. "Be careful, and don't carry too much." Tuna's mouth twitched. "That's hard," she admitted. "I know," Alex said again, softer this time. "I'll see you later." The call ended, and Tuna stood there for a moment, phone still in her hand. She should have felt annoyed that he was busy, but she didn't, because he had told her plainly. And because lately he had been showing up in ways that mattered, without needing to announce it. Tuna put the phone away and went back inside to check on Henry. He stirred a little, made a small sound, then settled again. Tuna touched his forehead lightly. Normal. She moved quietly around him, preparing what she needed for the market. Not a big setup, just simple. A basket, a cloth to cover the fruit, a small notebook and pen. She didn't overthink it. She told herself it was just another day of selling, but the notebook felt different now. Lon's voice echoed in her head, simple and strict. "Don't guess. Write it down. Keep it clear." By mid-morning, Tuna was walking to the market with her basket balanced and her shoulders squared. The road was familiar. Dust under her shoes, small sounds around her, dogs barking in the distance, a few people greeting each other as they passed. At the market, she found her usual spot near the edge, where it was easy for people to stop without feeling trapped. Tuna didn't like making things complicated. She didn't like bargaining games. She liked simple buying and selling. She laid out the fruit, wiped a few with her cloth to make them look fresh, then sat down and waited. The first customer was an older woman who already knew Tuna's face. "How much today?" the woman asked. Tuna answered calmly, gave a fair price, then weighed the amount the woman wanted. No drama, just work. When the woman paid, Tuna handed the bag over with a polite smile. Then before the next customer arrived, Tuna opened her notebook. She wrote one line. Sale. 1. Kigi. She hesitated for a breath, then filled in the number. It felt a little strange to do it so openly, like she was suddenly acting more serious, but it also felt clean, like she could trust the day more when it was written down. More customers came. A man asked for a small amount. A young woman asked the price first, then changed her mind and bought less than she planned. Someone else asked for a total in money instead of kilograms, so Tuna did the quick conversion carefully and weighed again to match. Each time, Tuna kept it simple. She didn't force anyone to wait while she wrote. She didn't make customers sign anything ridiculous. She didn't turn the market into an office. She just did one small thing consistently. After each sale, she wrote one line: Sale 2, Sale 3, Sale 4, short, clear. When she made a small mistake in her head, she didn't panic. She checked again with the scale, corrected it, and moved on. That surprised her the most. She wasn't getting angry at herself. She wasn't spiraling. She was just fixing it. Around midday, the flow slowed. Tuna took a sip of water and looked at the page. The numbers weren't perfect handwriting. Some lines were messy, but it was real, and it showed something she could hold. She realized she liked that feeling. Not because she wanted to be a manager, but because she wanted to stop feeling like life was always slipping through her fingers. A little later, she sold the last of the fruit she planned to sell today. She didn't force it. When it was done, it was done. Tuna gathered the empty bags, folded her cloth, and pulled her basket close. Then she opened her notebook one more time. She counted the lines. She added a small total at the bottom, slowly and carefully. Her chest lifted with a quiet satisfaction. Not because she made a lot of money, because she could see the day clearly. Tuna stood, adjusted the strap of her basket, and started walking home. Alex had said he would come late, so she didn't rush. She didn't wait at the road. She just carried her things back step by step, thinking about food for tonight and what she would do before he arrived. And somewhere inside that steady rhythm, she felt something simple. Trust, not blind trust. Just trust enough to let the day stay peaceful. Tuna reached the farm with dust on her shoes and the market smell still on her hands. Citrus, plastic bags, and hot cooking oil from nearby stalls. She set the basket down, washed her hands, then checked on Henry. He was awake now, blinking up at her with that wide, curious look that always softened her chest. Tuna lifted him, pressed her cheek to his, and murmured a greeting like it was the most natural thing in the world. She kept the afternoon simple. A small meal for Henry, a quick sweep of the floor, rice set to cook, vegetables rinsed and left ready. And still, her mind kept circling back to Alex's call. "I'll come late." Tuna didn't want to be the kind of woman who counted minutes, who watched the road like love needed constant proof. Alex had been clear, and lately he had been careful with her heart. She told herself that and tried to let it settle. Later, she realized she was missing one small thing for dinner. Nothing dramatic, just enough that she'd regret it if she didn't go now. So she wrapped Henry in a light cloth carrier and walked toward the road. The path was familiar, narrow, dusty, quiet in places. When she reached the busier stretch near town, the sound changed. More voices, more movement. More cars passing. She kept Henry close and walked along the edge, eyes watching for gaps. That was when she saw the restaurant. Not a fancy place, but cleaner than the market stalls, with a sign above the door and tables inside where people sat for longer meals. Tuna was only passing it. She wasn't even looking for anyone. Then the door opened and Alex stepped out. Tuna stopped without meaning to. He looked calm, normal, like he'd just finished a conversation and was about to move on with his day. And beside him, half a step behind, was little Hong. Tuna didn't move. She didn't step closer, she didn't step away. For 1 second, she simply watched. Little Hong's hair was tied back. She carried a small bag at her side. Her posture was polite and reserved, like someone trying not to take up space. Alex said something to her. She nodded. There was no loud laughter, no touching, no obvious wrongdoing. It was ordinary, and that was exactly what made Tuna's chest tighten, because Alex had told her he was busy. And now she was watching him leave a restaurant with little Hong. Two feelings crashed together inside her. One was trust, built from the way Alex showed up in small, steady ways. The other was a question that suddenly had nowhere to go. Why didn't he mention it? Henry shifted against her, sensing her stillness. Tuna rocked him gently, pretending it was only for his comfort. Alex opened the car door for little Hong, then walked around to the driver's side. The engine started. The car rolled away, just like that. No one noticed Tuna. No one called her name. No one explained anything. Tuna blinked hard and forced her feet to move again. She told herself the most reasonable possibilities. Maybe he was thanking her. Maybe he was helping her with something. Maybe it was nothing. Reason didn't erase the feeling, but it kept the feeling from turning sharp. Tuna bought what she needed, then headed home. On the walk back, she kept testing herself. Do I want to ask him? Yes. Do I want to accuse him? No. Accusation broke safety, and safety was the thing she had only just begun to feel. At his side, in his voice, in the way he made space for her to grow. So she made a decision. She would wait. She would speak calmly. She would tell the truth without turning it into a fight. Back at the farm, Henry grew fussy again, and the rhythm of real life pulled Tuna down to earth. She soothed him, fed him a little, then held him while she stirred the pot and set the table. The smell of dinner filled the room, simple and warm. Still, her eyes flicked toward the yard now and then, not because she wanted to chase Alex, but because she didn't want the silence in her chest to grow teeth. When Alex finally arrived, it was later than she expected. Tuna didn't rush out. She took one slow breath, then stepped to the doorway with Henry in her arms. Alex walked in with that familiar, steady energy, like he'd been carrying a long day on his shoulders. His eyes found Tuna first. Hey, he said softly. I'm late. Tuna nodded. I know. Alex reached toward Henry, and Henry stared at him for a second, then made a small sound that was half complaint, half recognition. Alex let out a quiet laugh, still judging me. Tuna almost smiled too. Almost. Alex noticed the difference anyway. His gaze sharpened, not in anger, but in attention. What is it? He asked. Tuna smoothed Henry's hair once, buying herself a second. Then she looked up. Her voice stayed low. I went to buy something for dinner, and I saw you. Alex paused. Tuna continued, careful not to sharpen her words. You were leaving a restaurant with little Hong. The air shifted, not into shouting, not into drama, into truth. Alex held still for a beat, like he understood exactly why that moment would land the wrong way inside her. Then he nodded once. Okay, he said gently. I'm glad you told me. Tuna didn't answer. She waited, heart steady but tight. Alex took a slow breath, eyes on her, not avoiding. I didn't want you to worry, he said, and I didn't want it to take space in your head today. Tuna's arms tightened around Henry without meaning to. Alex's voice stayed calm. Can we sit? He asked. I'll explain. Tuna nodded. They moved to the table, warm food steaming softly between them, Henry quieting against her shoulder. And as Tuna sat down, she realized something. Quietly, clearly. This wasn't the old Tuna who swallowed everything. This was the Tuna who could speak and still stay kind. And whatever Alex said next would matter, because she wanted to trust him. But tonight, she needed to be sure.
Từ Na dành cả ngày bận rộn ở trang trại, cho lợn và gà ăn, chăm sóc rau củ, rồi ra chợ bán cam, luôn giữ mọi thứ đơn giản và ổn định, và lặng lẽ tập một thói quen mới. Sau mỗi lần bán hàng, cô ghi lại số lượng để theo dõi rõ ràng công việc trong ngày. Alex gọi điện và nói rằng anh ấy bận việc và sẽ về muộn. Vì vậy, Từ Na cố gắng giữ bình tĩnh và không suy nghĩ quá nhiều. Nhưng trên đường về, Từ Na vô tình nhìn thấy Alex rời khỏi nhà hàng cùng với Tiểu Hồng, và cô nhìn anh lái xe đi cùng với cô bé. Khoảnh khắc đó không biến thành sự ghen tuông, nó gieo vào Từ Na một cảm giác lẫn lộn. Cô tin tưởng Alex, nhưng cô không thể ngừng tự hỏi tại sao anh ấy lại không đề cập đến chuyện đó. Khi Alex cuối cùng cũng đến sau đó, Từ Na không nổi giận hay buộc tội anh. Cô bình tĩnh kể cho anh những gì mình đã thấy. Alex ngay lập tức cảm nhận được sự bất an của cô và đề nghị ngồi xuống giải thích. Kết thúc tập phim bằng một tình huống căng thẳng nhưng lặng lẽ. Từ Na muốn tin tưởng anh, nhưng tối nay cô cần sự thật.